This was in Beaver Falls. Tim Esper told me that before. He's talking to Tony now. There's 10,000 people. Beaver County Airport needed some presence.
I'd like to call to order the Beaver County Board of Commissioners work session for Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. We will review a work session discussion meeting minutes.
Good, we're good.
We'll move to the department head report. Tony?
Just real quick, a couple weeks ago, I met with Reno Brothers and Hutchinstein. We did our yearly walkthrough of the facility, so we could start laying water. No major issues, we replaced some filters. No major capital improvement needed for our current chiller system. We started laying water last week, and starting Monday, the ice will be back up and running, operational. We're running Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 9 o'clock for these first couple weeks, and then the Tuesday after Labor Day is when we move to the 7-day operation. So there are no issues thus far, and we're excited with that ice again.
Any questions for Tony? Any other department head report? Hearing none, we'll move to the solicitors.
We have 50 resolutions on the agenda tomorrow. A couple of highlights. 19 is a tentative agreement with another, the union who represents the human services departments. Their contract expired at the end of June. This is a 4-year agreement with them. Number 20 is an agreement for the community center, senior center in New Brighton to extend that that place to be utilized. 21 is the pharmacy benefits that our employees utilize here for healthcare. 22 is the employee assistance program that is available to our employees where needed. 23 is another opioid settlement. This one is against the Purdue family and the Sackler family. This is asking for, similar to the way the other ones have worked, they're asking for local government entities to participate. Depending on how many people participate, depends on how much money ultimately comes to Pennsylvania. The projected money to come into Pennsylvania on this one is $205 million. That will get split up depending on who all participates. So this would authorize Beaver County to go into that settlement. 30 is for Palmetto Posting, who assists with the tax sale postings for various properties that are up for tax sale later this year. And number 13, 37, 38, 42, and 43 are all placement facilities that we use to place local juveniles who, for various reasons, have issues with criminal matters, that we have utilized these facilities when we send those to for various services. The other matter that I have is a personnel matter for executive session that we do not need to reconvene for.
Any questions regarding the resolutions for the solicitor's office? Hearing none, we'll move to commissioners.
I have nothing today.
Commissioner Mann?
Just a couple of things. So we're all set still on the 18th, Dan, for the parking garage?
Yes, sir, it's been confirmed, they will be here Monday, the 18th.
Yeah.
Confirmed it yesterday.
And I guess we're going to be communicating a little bit better with the Beaver Borough on the parking issues.
Yeah, I spoke with Beaver Borough last night. There are some areas outside of the courthouse that are permitted for residential parking only. Those particular areas they're going to enforce as far as parking because you need a permit in order to park there. So the employees will be receiving an email outlining where those roads are located specifically here sometime later this week. But other than that, just as a reminder, we're expecting it to be a little bit chaotic starting next week to try to come early as an employee in order, because parking is not just going to be as simple as pulling into the parking garage starting next Monday and coming here to the courthouse.
Gary, we can, once you have that, we can make like a big map and like post it somewhere to make it easier.
Yeah, if you want to talk with Nikki Echo or Sid afterwards, I gave them a map of where those roads are located, so we have it.
Okay.
So if you want to work with them as far as just getting people and notifying them, because there's small signs that are up there, but they're not easy to see.
Yeah.
So there's about 4 or 5 roads, mostly located sort of back behind the courthouse and over toward the parking garage that are all limited to residential permit, where you have to be a resident, you have to have a permit in order to park on those particular streets.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan.
Just a couple other things. Attended last week an event sponsored by Shell, the Right Promise, CYS, Private Transportation, Inspired Hearts and Hands at the N7 Sports Complex. 1,100 kids came in and got winter coats, new shoes, socks. They had a dental clinic. UPMC had a truck there. They were giving haircuts to the kids. 1,100 kids. It's just a great program. Represented the entire county for families that could bring their kids there. Just a great event to see some folks that got a helping hand for the kids for the start of the school. It was a tremendous event. I was really overwhelmed by how many people were there. It was just, I mean, you walked in and it looked like the floor of an old Kmart with racks of stuff, and so many volunteers and people, and I really appreciate CYS's support in selecting kids, processing the kids for that. The other thing is we have CCAP coming up this weekend. We'll go into the County Commissioner Association thing, still obviously waiting for a budget from Harrisburg to really determine our budgeting process, which is just starting this month as well. And then we have the Hookstown Fair starting next Tuesday. So invite everybody to make sure they attend the Hookstown Fair. I'm sure it'll be nice and cool and pleasant and no rain. But anyway, that's it from me.
Thank you. Any other business? All right, we'll move to audience participation. Any audience participation? Whoever, I don't know if everyone's going to speak. When you speak, if you can just say your name and your municipality.
Sure. My name is Janine Presto, and I'm from Connery Borough. Commissioners, board members, I wrote an email to you guys yesterday. I'm not sure if you received it, or you looked at it regarding Lakeside Village. So we're urging you to please review this. Weaver Homes, it's been prolonged that they're having issues with the conservation. They're continuously having issues with them because they're stalling production on all of the homes in the plan. We have about 13, 14 homes that residents are living in there now. What's happening is what we're seeing is the conservation group is actually stalling them, and they're giving them more and more to do. Whereas the first report would say things to fix, and then they would fix them, and the conservation group would give them more things. It's like Chad Weaver from Weaver Homes is going above and beyond to get these things done. What's happening is we're losing potential neighbors. It's going on since February. Something actually needs to be done. We have proof that Weaver Homes is going above and beyond. I'm not sure if other builders in Economy Borough is held to the same standards.
Or Beaver County.
Or Beaver County.
We actually have pictures of another plan in Beaver.
What's your name? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's
My
okay.
name's Diane Alexander. I live in the same place.
Economy, thank you.
Economy,
Okay.
right. I have pictures of a plan being built right now. And I just wonder if the standards that's being held, that Chad has to hold, is anything close to this. I mean, come on. It sounds to me, my opinion is, there's a personal vendetta going on here, and it's not fair to the resident. It's horrible. As far as the tax revenue that Economy Borough could be getting, or Beaver County could be getting, we're losing out on that. But our home, we're being assessed at what? Okay, our home right now is worth nothing. Because nobody's going, if I wanted to sell my house right now, nobody's gonna buy it. Because of the rumors that are going on, that everything's caved in, that this isn't right, and they didn't do this right, and they didn't do that right. And I'm sure they didn't do some things right, or there would be nothing going on. But how much longer is this going to go on? And I just got told this morning by the landscaping people, they were standing behind my house and they're spraying more straw. We've had straw blown on us for the last couple of months. And he said, yeah, well, he's not gonna be able to build until he has vegetation and this stuff grows. Well, with the weather report and what we've had, it's never gonna grow. We don't have any rain and we're certainly not watering it hillside. And not only that, we had vegetation on that hill. It was it was those long grassy things, there was vegetation on that hill, they made them scrape it off.
$160,000 in seed in the last 4 months has been spent.
I'm sure. Yeah, and so what is going on here? We need you guys to help us out. I mean,
Somebody needs to get to the bottom of it, because we're losing value in our homes. I mean, I can't think that Beaver County wants this neighborhood to remain half-built, yeah.
not even half.
I mean, he initially received approval to build in this neighborhood, and then one person comes in and is destroying this entire neighborhood
And people's lives.
and people's lives.
I mean, this
Ma'am,
is
what's your name
horrible.
and
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Deb Gavin, I'm in Economy
Thank
Borough, Lakeside Village. So we're here as residents, concerned residents, who can help us here?
Where are you at in the process? Has all the approvals been handled through Economy Borough? Have you gotten all the approvals through them?
Approvals to build?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah. Everything's
Yeah,
in
everything's been
construction in the neighborhood.
So the development's been approved from the municipality
There's
level?
14 homes built. There's a
We're living there
home
now.
down the street that has the foundation put in. He got the stop work order, and can't move dirt. And, now those people, it's been months, they've pulled out, and rightfully so. And even Chad doesn't have a problem with them pulling out because
He understands.
he understands.
And I think from what I'm hearing from you, you're saying the issue is coming from the conservation district
Correct.
and the standards that they're making them and the hoops they're making. Has
Weaver
anyone brought
homes
it?
only. Weaver homes only.
Yes.
Well, then he's they're holding standards to other, plans from what I understand, but not just as high as Weaver homes.
You want to say something, sorry?
My name is Glenn Sylvester. I'm on council at Economy Borough. And all these ladies were at a meeting last night. And there's another one, Economy Landings. They're making him jump through hoops too. But he is to the point where he's so far along with his plan, he's just dumping the money in just because it's not worth the fight at this point. Because he's 80% built out. They have 13, 14 homes in a plan of hundreds. And it looks like Baghdad. I mean, there's a house here, a house over here, a house over here, and dirt everywhere else. So their homes are probably not worth what they paid for them, for sure. But the Conservation District is causing other contractors in Economy problems the same way. And I'm also on the sewage authority, and we had a pump station at Economy Landings. And they made the contractor there jump through hoops. I've built my whole life. I've been building stuff my whole life. I've never seen stuff to that degree. Any building inspector can find anything wrong with any building.
Mhm.
A DOT guy can stop any truck going down the road and write him up for something. But to do it this blatantly, like they said, I don't know what's going on with somebody
I feel like
needs to
it's a
be held
personal
accountable.
vendetta, and it's not really for our safety. We appreciate what anybody does for our safety, but now this has gone above and beyond that. I mean, this is crazy.
So the four of you all live in the same development, is that
Yeah.
correct? But you're saying from Economy's perspective, I'm assuming those are other developers. It's not just you said it was Weaver, is that who?
Yeah, it's,
You're seeing it with other developers as well too?
yes. I don't know if it's to that extent, but
It is not.
it is, well, I mean,
He didn't get a stop bill.
he didn't get a stop bill, but
Right.
he has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars that
So has Weaver.
should have never been done. Chad has spent hundreds of thousands.
Yes.
They made him seed in January. Because if you go 4 days without work, you have to stabilize the ground. That's Conservation District's guidelines. So if you don't work Saturday and Sunday, and it rains Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, you gotta stabilize the ground and plant it, according to their guidelines. That's absurd from a builder standpoint. That's completely absurd. And Weaver Homes, Economy Landings, they've all followed all the Economy Borough's guidelines. They were all passed. The Planning Commission and Economy Planning Commission in Beaver County approved all the plans. We approved them as council, and it's gotten out of hand. And I don't know who's the person that oversees that.
Has any complaints been made to the conservation district itself?
Well, we're gonna do that on the second Tuesday of the,
Whenever we.
Second Friday of the month.
second Friday of the month, we're gonna go there. Can we submit these pictures as
Evidence.
evidence?
Sure.
And
That is also in Beaver County.
Yes.
The builder is DR Horton.
We had a meeting last
So you can
Tuesday.
have-
Where's this at?
You know, I'm not sure if that's in Chippewa, the Chippewa plan or the, North Swift plan.
There's a bunch going on in Chippewa right
So
now.
that sure doesn't look like anything Chad had to do.
We had a meeting last Tuesday, Commissioner Camp came, and what the Conservation District did, they shut down Lakeside Village. And the same developer is also planning correct me if I'm wrong, is planning a plan in New Swiftly Township.
Right.
And he also stopped them from starting on there because of Lakeside Village. So New Swiftly Township was concerned, so we had kind of a joint meeting and we talked to
Yeah, for the record, the Conservation District doesn't shut that down. DEP
Well,
shuts that down.
DEP oversees the Conservation District.
Correct. I did,
To some.
and DEP writes the regulations that the Conservation District follows.
Right.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that for folks.
It's kind of a gray area, I understand, because the Board of Directors oversees the Conservation District. They're appointed by you, but DEP is the highest governing body, I'm guessing.
That's what we
Correct.
were told is in control at this point.
Correct. Correct. But it's all spanning from the Conservation District. When DEP guys come on site for inspections, they stand back and don't even get involved in the inspections with the Conservation District. They've been on site and just stood back and not done a thing and let the Conservation District do their thing. So what good are they being the governing body if they're not getting involved in seeing if everything's done correctly? You know, and I know DEP's really hard to deal with, believe me, I know that for a fact, so.
But in the meantime, the residents that do live there, and actually, you know, Economy Borough, we're suffering over something that it is easily, I mean, there's a solution to this. What is it? It certainly isn't, it feels like to me like they're waiting for Chad to say, I'm going bankrupt, I can't do this anymore.
And that's our concern. If he pulls out, what falls on us as residents? There's the lake, there's the clubhouse with the pool. 13, 14 homes cannot support that. And nor do we not want a subpar builder coming in there, which will eventually reduce the value of our homes.
And eventually it'll affect the Economy Borough and Beaver
Right.
County.
Absolutely.
Right. And
That's why
if
we
you take a
support
drive
these
through our
developments.
neighborhood, you won't see anything like that.
No. And never was.
Right, never was like that.
I'm Darlene Harrington. I live in Lakeside Village as well. Longtime Economy Borough resident, and we stand fully with Chad Weaver. He's an outstanding gentleman, a great builder. Does he make mistakes? Absolutely. But we see, even with our build, any mistakes made are quickly accepted, acknowledged, and taken care of. So we do feel that they are being held to a different standard. And actually, it's, again, like they said, it's hurting everybody.
Yeah, obviously, the residents who live in Lakeside aren't the only ones that we're hearing from. I'm also hearing from individuals who are waiting to move into the community as well.
Oh, good.
From outside of Beaver County, you know, they said that, you know, we have stuff under contract, what's going on, is there anything we could do? And I explained to them, you know, this falls underneath the conservation district, but I do believe what you said was, you know, I understand the DEP is overseeing the conservation district, but from what I'm hearing from multiple builders is our conservation district is calling the DEP in when they're not needed to be called in.
Correct.
So for instance, the same DEP office who oversees Allegheny County, when they do a review of a plan, a walk through the plan, it takes an hour and a half. when they come to Economy, New Sewickley, Beaver County, it takes 5.5 hours because our
That's
conservation
ridiculous.
district
We
is
can
closed.
attest to that because we've
We
watched them.
watched it.
So I don't know what the answer is to that, because obviously that's a conservation district issue, but it was the meeting you referred to last week. It's very unsettling because we could stand up here and say, people don't want development. People do want development. People want development in the river towns. They don't want them in the farm area. We want to preserve farms. Everyone has the right to their opinion. But when I hear developers say that they will never do business in Beaver County again,
Exactly.
it's unsettling. Not because we don't want to just do business in the Economy, but now they won't choose Rochester Township, or they won't choose Chippewa, they won't choose Georgetown, wherever it may be. This
And
is
quality
millions of dollars that we're gonna lose out on, not just
Yeah.
county tax dollars, but school tax dollars
Yeah.
that only increase the value of, property value of education. Not just to discuss New Sewickley, but I think whenever they first came in, once that plan's completely done, Freedom School District's gonna get somewhere upwards of like $1.5 million in tax revenue. That's a lot of money for a school district. Now, that's many years down the road.
But still, you
but-
don't have that.
So it's upsetting to hear these developers who have invested time and money into our community say they will not be back here because of the conservation district.
That's a big red flag.
And not just one, but there's multiple, and they're all gonna start talking, they're all gonna start doing this. So,
So what can you do for us?
Yeah,
How can you help us?
So we do have a meeting set up with the DEP. I think it's August 28th. We have a meeting with the DEP, the regional office, to discuss what's going on.
Okay.
So, we're gonna have those conversations in regards to specifically Lakeside and probably, I don't know what the project, Weaver Home, which the one in New Sewickley is called.
Right. I don't know if there's a name yet, but.
Yeah,
I think it's Meadowcrest. or something.
Meadowcrest, yeah. So, we're gonna discuss that, to see, how this all came about. We hear from one side that the DEP is heavily involved because they're choosing to be. We hear from the other side that is, they were called in because at the end of the day, they're the authority that could put a hold on something. I don't think, Nate, were you at the meeting last week when we had a brief? Meadowcrest is not, I don't believe that's on hold anymore.
It's not being held.
It was, and then there was some
It's
legal
not being
action.
held up because of what's happening at Lakeside. That connection is not there.
Correct, but he might not want to build because of what he's going through.
That is true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But-
he told us that himself, he had a meeting with, this is how great this guy is. He had a meeting with us, all the residents, on Facebook, to explain what was going on. He wanted us to know, instead of hearing rumors, because there are so many other rumors out there about, and it's stopping people from even wanting to come and look at any of the models in Lakeside. And it's horrible. I mean, it's almost like somebody's trying to ruin his reputation, I don't know.
I haven't seen evidence of that, but
Well, it'd be hard though, because he is a good builder, he's a good person to work
I
with.
understand.
Yeah, and so you know, we have been getting calls from different residents in
And
Economy.
elected officials, yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
others.
so we're on top of it. We just don't have the answers yet.
It's been going on for so long.
This is
Since
recent.
February.
This has been recent with us.
Yeah, I'd probably say within the last 2 weeks, we've been getting the calls.
Okay.
We've known,
Yes.
there's been issues, but there's been an outcry of calls on both sides. We're not gonna say,
There's
There's
some
only people
anti-drug
yeah.
people too.
as I'm sure you guys see that at meetings and hear about it, so, once we meet with the DEP, hopefully we could be able to meet with some of the, elected officials in the Economy and in New Sewickley if they want to.
This plan has already been started. So it's not like yay or nay, do we want another development? This is already a development there. Are you gonna let it look like that? Besides all the other things? It's a shame. It's really a shame.
From a legal standpoint, where would the borough lie if, say the developer walks, say he's fed up, he can't afford any more money, he goes bankrupt, and he walks out, and there's 13 houses, a clubhouse and a pool and a lake.
Roads. Did you guys adopt the roads yet?
No.
Yeah.
There's probably a bond, It's a nightmare.
There's not enough bond to cover all that. You
Yeah, it
know,
would
what
be-
would happen?
It would be a nightmare. I mean, there's the potential that the township would have to step in, or the borough would have to step in order to try
And if
to.
the borough doesn't have the money for that, the county would have to step in, right?
If the county doesn't have the money for that, then maybe the state will step in, right?
Economy doesn't have
Welcome to the
enough money.
Commonwealth. It's
So-
actually a municipal.
Does it keep going to the county, then to the state, then to the feds? Where's it end?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a less than ideal situation, obviously.
so, I mean, but that's the road we're heading down.
Exactly, because he's fed up.
So, I mean, at that meeting, his demeanor was, he was defeated. That's the look I got from him. He says, he was just defeated.
Plus he's bleeding.
Have the sewer lines or water lines been accepted yet? Those have.
No, they haven't been accepted yet, but they're in. So we're not gonna accept them if they're not 100% complete and everything's, you know, been tested and all that. Who's gonna cover that cost? You know, you're talking millions, tens of millions. So, yeah, that's the low end. So,
And this is a nice plan, once it will be finished. It brings the value in Economy Borough. Trust me, I already paid my taxes this year,
Yeah, they're pretty high.
the assessed taxes.
They need to reassess us, because right now we're like zippo.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming and presenting this, and you'll keep us updated on.
Well,
this
hopefully
playground.
we can get some kind of support from you guys.
and
So
you
Rick-
guys will keep us updated also.
Yes, so I'm sure that Mr. Weaver, Chad,
Yeah.
inform you on what's actually going on right now. They are in a 30-day window where his engineers requested that, an extra 30 days to answer the comments made by the DEP.
Well, he's submitting
Again.
something, I know he has to submit something beginning of next week.
Yeah, so that's probably the end of the 30 days. So he got comments back from the DEP saying what needs to be fixed or what, you know, their engineer requested a 30-day extension to answer because it went from 18 to 240 comments or something.
Right.
And I think that's the concern you guys have, it's just a back and forth. He's gonna answer them, they're gonna come back with more.
Yes,
Which is incredible.
yes.
So right now, you really won't hear anything until after he submits his comments back to the DEP's comments. So hopefully by the time when we have our meeting on August 28th with the DEP, we'll be able to have some sort of,
I think that 30-day window extends into September,
yeah.
middle of September. 11 of those comments were Conservation District comments. The rest were extraneous comments from other individuals, I believe. I think that's what it went.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other audience participation? Any other audience participation? Hearing none, we'll move into executive session. Thank you.